Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to take you through a little rotator cuff therapy or maintenance session, and this will address mobility. So just keeping things moving. We'll get into strength on the next one. So let's get into it. All right. So the thing you got to remember with the rotator cuff, the shoulders in general, is that the neck has an effect. Tension in the neck, all that affects it. Tension in the chest, back, it's all a package. So we're going to start off this little warm-up session we're going to do here with getting our neck kind of under control. Now, what we're going to do here is probably not something you might want to go for if you've got a really bad shoulder situation, frozen shoulder, you can't take your arm overhead. Or anything like that. This is just like if you got little shoulder tweaks or that yoga, you know, I always get the complaint about the shoulders and the wrists from vinyasa flow yoga. And unfortunately that's generally caused by crappy chaturangas, but I'll get into those in another video. So anyway, we're going to start with just sort of getting the neck, this tension out of here as best we can before we start with the shoulders. So you're just going to take this classic position that all the yogis know. You're not going to fold forward. This is just to pull your shoulders back. Get your head, you know, from here back to here, and then you're just going to let your head fall off to the side. On the exhales, you just want to let the head lean. No, you're not torquing anything here. This is about relaxing and letting go of tension, not about trying to stretch to some new place. Take it to the other side. You should be feeling that, right, you know, down through the trap, up into the neck. Let your chin hang. Good. Let your head lean back. Good, come on out of that. Take your feet apart and just lean off to one side a little bit. Just let your head hang off to that side. You want to take your hand up here and give yourself a little bit of massage action into the traps. That's totally okay. Anything that helps you let go. Other side. Good. Alrighty. So here we go. This is a classic. You'll see this in any pretty much rotator cuff type of warm-up. You're going to take your arm at a 90-degree angle, coming straight out, plant it against the wall. I'm facing the wall. I'm going to step my front foot back. I've got my right arm up, so my front foot's my left. And then I'm just going to kind of lean into this wall and turn my chest away. You're not trying to go into anything crazy here. This is just a nice, gentle opening of the shoulder. People have problems with the rotator cuffs because it's just a sketchy, the shoulder is a sketchy little joint. It has small muscles. The rotator cuff has small muscles, small ligaments, and tons of mobility. So it doesn't have inherent stability. And that's why people, if you get the load out of where it needs to be when you're doing shoulder stuff and let it get into the rotator cuff, instead of the bigger muscles of the shoulders, you're going to start to have problems over time. That's why technique is really important when it comes to shoulder stuff. So about 20 to 30 seconds on this thing. And then we switch it to the other side. Put it up here, step my front foot back, I turn my chest away. Just getting right to that easy edge. Anytime you get squirrely on the edge, you just back it off, let it go, and then move back in nice and easy. Holding stuff on a tight edge to me for a long period of time, it's like the return on investment is not worth it. Good, come on out of that. Okay, now we're going to do the same kind of thing, only with the arm straight out. So now when you do this one, you don't want the arm up here, you don't want it down here, you want it to come pretty straight out. Same thing, I walk up, face the wall, put my arm out there, step my front foot back, move my back foot into a different position if I need to, and then I just turn away from the wall. Now if I come away, if I take my body away from the wall, it takes the stretch out. If I lean into it, it puts more stretch in it. So you have two sort of ways to adjust the tension here. You can either roll back away from it and then roll into it to let off, or you could roll back away from it and then come away from the wall a little bit. So you have that choice on how to sort of find the place you want to be on that edge. Good, and then we're going to change sides with that one. Walk up, face the wall, extend my left arm out, step my right foot back, and I just start to turn away from that arm, making sure that it's going pretty much straight back. And also you want to try and keep your shoulders kind of down. You don't want to get into this where this starts hunching up. So that's why we want to get that tension out of the neck and the trap, so we can keep the shoulders down and relax when we're doing these exercises. Okay, good. Let it go. So now we've done two good exercises for taking the shoulders back. Now we're going to take one to get the other direction, which would be across. Okay? So the way this works is you're going to take, well, I'm going to take my right arm across, my left arm under, and I'm going to pull with my left arm to get that across. If you do yoga and you do Garudasana, you can do the same thing here. You can get to this point with your Garudasana arms. Your bottom arm is going to pull the top arm across, and this will end up being exactly as if you were doing this. But you get your little Garudasana practice in there. I find this kind of comfortable actually. But either way, you're opening your shoulder across the front of your body. It's going to come up a little bit, but don't let it come all the way up to the ear and get into that stuff. Try and keep the shoulder down. And breathe, of course. As always, we got to breathe. Good. And we'll change sides. So now you're going to take the left arm across. Right arm's going to come over here. Also, I don't want to bend this elbow if I can help it. If I keep this arm straight, it's going to help that come across. If I bend this and take Garudasana, it works okay because now I've got this bind that's really going to lock that shoulder kind of. I can use my elbows to pull down to keep my shoulder lower. But either way, here or here, open and across the chest. Alrighty. Let that go. So next we're going to do a classic. We're going to take the left hand behind us, right hand goes to that elbow. You are going to lift up and gently go back with that out. Now you don't want to go into the anterior tilt. The tendency will be if you pull on this for the chest to go out and the butt can go back. You don't want that. You want to keep your neutral posture. The other thing that you can do in this position is you can lean off to the side. Good, and we'll take the other side. Good. Now we're going to take one more from here. You yoga people like this one now. So you guys know how it works. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Fold forward. Now, for me, what I like to do is let my
Knees bend, my chest just gently rests on there. And then I start taking the arms out and over. Now, if you're up here, that's okay. If you're back here, that's okay. If you do this all the time, you're going to be out some other place. But the idea is not to get to this other place. The idea is just to let your shoulders open up and breathe wherever you are. And that could be here. That's okay. Like I said, if you can get the palms together, reaching back with the knuckles, great. If you can't, then that's okay too. Just kind of let it hang here. And you just hold this for as long as you want. And then up we go.
This one's a classic. This was invented by a doctor who was doing research on rotator cuff injuries, and he found that people that did yoga headstands had great recovery from rotator cuff issues. Now, not everybody can do a yoga headstand. I'm not talking about a tripod headstand. I'm talking about this headstand, okay? So this is anybody can do this one, and it's equally as effective. So the way this works is you're going to take your yoga headstand arms. You're going to put them, I'm going to go to this wall. It might be a little easier for you to see what's happening. You're going to put them against the wall, and you're going to walk your feet back. Now, it'll take a little bit of experimentation to find out how far, where you want to be on this move. Anyway, once I get here, I got my feet hip-width apart, and I'm just going to drop my chest through. And you'll feel this. You'll feel where it goes for sure. Now, as a reminder, this is not what you want to do in downward facing dog. When I see people in down dog flattening their chest through, externally wrapping their arms up and out, they're just inviting shoulder problems. That flattens out the thoracic curve in the back, destabilizes the shoulder blades, puts all that load into the rotator cuff, and over time you will get repetitive stress injury. Now this doesn't do that because I'm not loading that forward dump into my shoulders. This is just a stretch. I don't have a load in the shoulders. So, but this is okay. But be easy. So all of these, you can hold them 20, 30, 40 seconds, whatever feels good to you. Good. Come on up out of that. And there you have it. Your shoulders should be feeling more open than they were. All you need is a wall in 10 minutes, and you can give your rotator cuff some love. In the next video I do, it's going to be on shoulder strengthening, rotator cuff, not shoulder, rotator cuff strengthening, and all you need is a strap, a band, and a door. So stay tuned for that one. Like and subscribe, and I'll put stuff up every week or so, and it'll be demonstrations of stuff you can do or ideas about different things having to do with yoga or fitness. So thanks a lot. I hope you get something from this one. Take care of your shoulders. They need to be taken care of. And I will see you next time. Namaste.